One of the biggest criticisms of GM has been that their newest models of EVs, they're not including CarPlay or Android Auto in that. Many people see this as a huge misstep and, quite frankly, an anti-consumer choice. But today, I'm going to introduce you to a new device that promises to bring CarPlay back to Ultium. Let's get to it. So the first thing we want to do is talk about why this is an issue in the first place. So let's take a look at the console to see what's going on here. All right, so this is the interface that you get with Android 12 and the Ultium EV platform. The biggest part of this to me is Google Maps. This works great. It interfaces with your vehicle. It'll give you SOC on arrival, everything that you need to effectively route plan. Everything that I'm talking about today, honestly, is despite what Google Maps brings to Android 12 on this vehicle. The issues come from the rest of it. I tried to sideload YouTube on here. It's not great. It works, but it's not great. YouTube TV won't work. They have Spotify. I don't use Spotify's. I use Apple Music. And Apple Music is not here for me. I know it's for like the 2025 models, but it's not for me. I would love to use that, but I'm stuck Bluetoothing from my phone to this. And so you have a couple of ways that you can interface with this and be fine. Honestly, I had convinced myself that I was okay with that. I had told myself, I don't miss CarPlay. Well, I don't think I did miss it, but now let's talk about it. So as I did so many Blazer EV reviews and Equinox EV reviews, so many people said that the biggest stopping point from them purchasing one is no Apple CarPlay. I said, I don't miss it. And people said, you should at least have the choice. And I don't want to get into that, but so many people have such an issue with it that I was like, you know what? I want to try this out. I want to see if I can recommend this or if I can give people an option. So I went online to EVPlay LT. Their website will be linked. I went and bought this. The price for this particular item was a total of $229. For some people, that's a small price to pay for having CarPlay back. And for others, you can't justify it because they think GM should have had it in the first place. Why is it incumbent on them to, pay for it? But either way, went and bought it. It comes in a package just like this. And so we open it up, and it's very simple. This device right here. So, one of the things that you notice about this is very small in size. It's a different type of dongle than what most people think of when they think of CarPlay dongles. Most people think of CarPlay dongles as taking CarPlay that's in a vehicle that requires it to be wired and making it wireless. This does not do that. It does enable wireless CarPlay, but it has a lot more involved in this. In fact, the Rivian version of this is a whole computer. Luckily, the way it interfaces with Android in this vehicle, that's not necessary. So it's just a little device that, input is 5 volts at 1 amp, output's 5 volts at 1 amp, doesn't have a huge power draw. But we're going to test it out and see how does it perform for the money. One of the big issues that we're going to have to work with on this is reliability. I've been testing it for a week now, and hopefully we can see good things about reliability from this in our tests. So let's go ahead and get started on that. All right, so the first thing you got to know is this puts an app onto your screen in Android 12. This is an app that is specifically made for your account with EVPlay. What they do is they take your email address, you create an account, you have to have that account with the same email address that you have built into the navigation here. This Android OS, you have an account with it, you have to use the same email for that you use with this. Then you go to their website and you will basically interface with them to give them the go ahead to create an app for you. Every time one of these is downloaded, it is a custom version meant just for your dongle. Okay, so this right here is meant just for this one. Okay, now one of the bigger issues with that is obviously we don't know what that looks like for maybe aftermarket, resell or whatever, but I think that if this works, people will want to keep it for a long time. So you go to the Google Play Store, you type in what they tell you to type in. I'm not going to say what it is. And what you type in will be completely solely yours. Like the numbers and everything will just be for your unit. Then you download it and you will come to this screen and you will type in the account that you have built with them. And you will see this screen once you have done that where it's searching for your phone. Right now it's searching for it. We need to go ahead and plug it in so that it can find it. Let's do that. So you take this right here and you just plug it in. So the device right here will work to interface with the screen up here. And then eventually you will see this sign right here. This sign notification here says, can EVPlay access this device? You will click OK. I've tried to make it always do it, but I have not had success with it making that connection every time on its own. So you just press OK and it'll start searching for your phone. It may ask you to do it a couple of times. What's interesting is it also says USB device not compatible or something like that. Just ignore it. It'll work fine. And so you just work with it. Obviously, boot up here is taking a little while, but right now, you could be getting your car prepared and everything like that. And then lo and behold, you have CarPlay on your GM Ultium platform vehicle. Pretty cool. All right, so for this test, what I've done is I'm using my old iPhone to film this. And we're going to run a music test here to check how that works. Thanks to my buddy Don at EV Texans here for this track that will not get me a copyright issue.
From the Ozarks to the Delta, Landon's on the go, keeping that EV spirit flowing for the whole wide world to know. The Arkansas E-Traveler, yeah, he's plugging in with grit. It's the natural state power tour, and he ain't gonna quit.
All right, so obviously the music works really well. By the way, one tip if you own this, go get this app right here. The Infinity Personalized Sound makes things so much better when these speakers just aren't quite good enough. It really gets the most out of them. All right, so the first thing that you need to know about this, though, is that it's not using CarPlay for the audio. It's going to use Bluetooth. In my experience, the Bluetooth is not 100% reliable. It will start skipping, and then you have to turn it off and turn it on to get it to work correctly. Again, so basically, this device does not route CarPlay audio. Rather, your iPhone will have to use Bluetooth to get the audio to this unit. But it will interface with the Now Playing app and everything like that to show you just what you're doing with media. All right, so for this next test, I want to see how responsive is this. So right there, well, that's not off to a good start. What is this doing? Okay, now this has happened a couple of times, and honestly, I think it's more on CarPlay than on the dongle. I don't think this is a dongle issue. So let's go ahead and try this again. So if I go here, there's an easy way to fix this. You go to Settings, Apps, EVPlay, Force Stop. Okay. So now we've just basically reset the app. So now we're back to this screen after verifying the account. It's going to interface again with this device. We tell it OK. And then it should start launching fairly quickly. And it does. All right, so let's see. Did that fix it? Sorta. So then it just starts freezing. Well, that's interesting. I wonder what that could be. So let's try something else. All right, so I just swapped back over to my old camera here to see if maybe it was a camera issue causing this to not want to work correctly. Maybe it was allocating resources to the camera rather than to CarPlay on my actual phone. That's an iPhone 16 Pro Max. Okay, so let's try it now. Okay, much better. Okay, a little laggy, but you know what? That's CarPlay. I remember CarPlay always had lag in it. But it is fairly snappy. This is nice now. Haven't seen this since I bought this vehicle, but now we have widgets. Um, so yeah, I mean, it works fine. But I think that obviously there's room to improve. All right, so we got a really good test session in today. We have to consider a lot of things about, do we want to spend $229 to get CarPlay into an Ultium EV? Again, the call is up to you. I'm not going to endorse this. I paid for it myself. I like it. I like having CarPlay back. I didn't think I would, but you know what? It's so much more elegant than Android that I think I'm going to keep it. But again, it's not what GM wants. I do not endorse buying it. But I also can't imagine how GM endorses having Android 12 on here that hasn't had support in over a year. There might be a chance they're moving to Android 14, but we'll have to see how that works out. Again, who is this for? The people who miss CarPlay, the people who think that they can't buy a Blazer EV or an Equinox EV or some other Ultium platform vehicle because it doesn't have CarPlay. Well, now you have an option, and I'm glad that we do. It's obviously not perfect, but I think the reason it's not perfect is because CarPlay isn't perfect. CarPlay has some lagging connection issues. It's not consistent to the point where we can call it an end-all be-all solution. But if you have to have it, at least look into this. I'm going to keep it. I want at least the people who really seem to have an issue with not having CarPlay, I want you to know that this does exist, obviously. So thanks for watching this. Again, it's a good product. I bought it myself. This was not paid or endorsed in any way. That's my honest review. It's a mixed bag at the moment. The creators promise to iterate and to try and make it better as bugs pop up. But until then, I think that it is a viable solution. I don't endorse buying it, again, because GM does not want you to do that. And I'm not trying to, keep GM happy there. I'm just saying I don't know what all of the implications are for owning this and GM not finding that favorable. But I'm out of warranty, so it's fine for me. But for you, it may not be the best idea. You will have to do your own research to figure that out. But hopefully today you've at least seen how does it work, how does it interface, how simple it is. It is a really good product, and it will only get better as they develop within the code, within the bugs, trying to get those taken away, try to make the connection more solid. But again, it's only going to be limited by how good CarPlay is. And there are several different features coming out for CarPlay really soon that I'm excited about, like CarPlay Video. That's going to help make things much better for us Ultium people who cannot get the streaming apps yet that GM has promised. So either way, I hope that you enjoyed this look-see at the EVPlay LT. I hope that it might be a viable solution for you if you have angst about not having CarPlay. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, if it is something that you find useful, and I hope that you take a good, strong look at it if this is something of interest to you. So until next time, I'm Landon saying happy trails.